insecticide spray and coil,
Kel Charcoal toothpaste,
and apart foods.
My Life Insurance.
Tonight, newly sworn-in IGP Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare urged not to tie his success to the current administration or be an appendage of government.
And also tonight, Ghana's 261st district, Guan, finally inaugurated after years of agitation by residents of the area.
And in business this evening, 2021 Postal Service Day, marked with a call on businesses in the courier and postal service to register their services.
On the international front, Zambia's new government reveals the country owes Chinese lenders more than $6 billion.
We're live on 2-3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com. Also on the 3 News app. If you haven't downloaded that yet, go to your Google Play Store and the App Store and do so now. As President Ekufu-Addo has charged the newly sworn-in IGP, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, not to tie his success as the police boss to the current administration or be an appendage of government. Speaking after the swearing-in of the 23rd IGP, President Ekufu-Addo tasked him to establish a service that maintains the trust of the citizenry.
Well and truly serve the Republic of Ghana.
Well and truly serve the Republic of Ghana.
In the Office of Inspector General of Police.
51-year-old Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare was until his appointment as the acting IGP was in charge of operations of the Ghana Police Service. President Ekufu-Addo last Friday at a police graduation in Accra disclosed Dr. Dampare will soon be made a substantive IGP. Dr. Dampare joined the service as a constable and worked his way up the ladder with over 3 decades of service to the country, rising to the rank of COP. President Ekufu-Addo charged him to work without fear or favor to establish trust in the citizenry.
It is in everybody's interest that the police service conduct itself as the principal creditable instrument of accomplishing the executive's duty of maintaining law and order in the state. Governments in our body politic have term limits, and in a multi-party democracy, parties win and lose power. It is good for the health of the nation that this should be so. And this is why the police service under your leadership should not tie its well-being or otherwise to the fortunes of the ruling party of the day. As President, and together with you as Inspector General of Police, we need to cooperate to ensure that the police service is left to focus on its core mandate and not be an appendage of the ruling party.
The new IGP assured the citizenry the police service will work hard to ensure law and order is maintained across the country.
I want to give you the assurance that working in concert with my colleagues within the police service and outside it, and also getting the support and the backing of the population of the country, we will be able to leave the police service better than we came to find it. So that at the end of the day, if we leave the service and we are passing by and we see police people doing an excellent job, we will be proud and tell ourselves without anybody hearing that yes, we also contributed.
The 51-year-old thus becomes Ghana's 23rd Inspector General of Police. Dr. Dampare holds a PhD in finance.
Meanwhile, some senior police officers later spoke about what the new IGP will bring on board to enhance their services work.
Responsibility reposed in us to ensure the protection of all, so that at the end of the day, crime will come down and people will feel safe, and it will go a very long way to increase public health and safety. Responsibility reposed in the Inspector General of Police. And we pray that everybody's hand will be on deck in order at the end of the day to ensure that we achieve the responsibilities as outlined in the Constitution, particularly with regard to Article 200 and beyond, so that we be able to function across the country, across the 18 police regions, in all police divisions, districts, and stations, and all our duty points, so that Ghanaians will feel safe exercising their rights.
The capability of fighting crime in this country, and it is a sign that to all criminals that they better stop it or they will be caged by the state through justice processes, and that the police is coming with full force, to deal with issues of violence, robberies, among other things. And even as he started on his acting note, we've seen a lot of tremendous work done. And for this time round, it is a full force, it is a holistic approach to issues.
Let's get into some more stories. As the Minister for Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, Dan Kuboche, inaugurated the newly created Guan District Assembly at Likpe Market. That's the district capital. The Guan district is located in the Oti region. The people of the Santrokofi, Atafu, Likpe, and Lolobi, as make up the South traditional areas, have since 2019 been without an administrative district. This was after the carving of the Oti region from the Volta region. The creation of the Guan district followed a legislative instrument which was laid in Parliament by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development as far back as 2019. Now, the area was previously part of the Hohoi municipality. It will be recalled that in the just ended 2020 December 7 presidential parliamentary elections, eligible voters within this area, that's the Santrokofi, Akpafu, Likpe, and Lolobi, were only allowed to take part in the presidential election, but could not vote in the parliamentary election. This was because the constituency had not been created as yet. So that's what's happening now. And this Guan district now consists of about 13 electoral areas and becomes the 261st district in this country. Kofi Adams is a member of parliament for the Boem constituency. He joins me on the telephone for a bit more on this. Ms. Adams, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time this evening. First off, with the creation of this Guan district, what next in the process of creating the constituency to have the people have a representation in Parliament?
Well, thank you, Mr. Okanse, and good evening to your viewers and listeners. I must say that with the inauguration of the district, which have been created since November 2020, but only have to be inaugurated today, the 8th of October 2021, the Electoral Commission now is fully armed to present to Parliament a CI that will lead to the creation of the constituency for the people of the Guan district. And once that CI matures, a decision will then be taken as to what to do, whether to conduct a special election, to have a representative elected to join the 8th Parliament, or by law, it's not possible to do so because the constituency was created only after the inauguration of the 8th Parliament. But let me say that I would not know what would be the decision of the Electoral Commission. But if you ask me personally, it is my candid view that since the people were barred from taking part in the election of any member of Parliament on the 7th of December 2020, they must be given a right to elect a representative. And that right cannot be stopped by any other provision of whatsoever, which will be subservient to the right of the people to be represented. The Electoral Commission was the commission that issued a statement on the 5th of December, just 24 plus hours to an election, that the people should not take part in the voting of a member of Parliament, and that arrangement will be done for them to elect their representative. So as we speak now, nobody represents these 4 traditional areas or the 13 electoral areas in Parliament. If I speak for them, I speak for them only as by default. I speak for them by default, not because I am their representative. I am not. Neither is Amewu their representative. So the Electoral Commission now is fully armed to submit to Parliament a CI. And after the consideration of that CI, we will all then argue whether a group of people who were not given the right to vote on the 7th of December 2020 should not be given a right, even in the course of a parliament, to have their representative join.
Very, very interesting detail in that analysis there. So the coming days will clearly let us see what the next step of the Electoral Commission will be on this particular issue. Because you say that if there's the option of conducting a special election is supposed to be taken, because as we speak, the people of South don't have a representation in this 8th Parliament. And for you, that special election option is what you expect the Electoral Commission to take?
That is exactly what I would expect them to take. You see, people are confusing what happened in 2004, what happened in 2012, when new constituencies were created. Those constituencies that were created, already the people who formed those new constituencies have taken part in the election of a member of parliament in the previous general elections. For example, if a constituency was created in 2004,
yes,
those people who would have formed the new constituency took part in the general election of the year 2000. So somebody will be representing them because they elected that person. In 2012, the same thing happened. The people who formed the new constituency took part in the 2008 general election. So that person will be representing them. In the case of Guan, they did not take part in any election. So nobody is representing them as we speak on the floor of the House. And they must be given that opportunity.
So let's see how the coming days will look like. Honorable Kofi Adams, thank you for your time this evening. I appreciate it. He's a member of Parliament for the Boem constituency, Kofi Adams.
Yeah. And prior to the inauguration of the new district, local government minister Dan Botre told Alfredo Kanse that all the necessary consultations had been done with the chiefs, opinion leaders and other traditional rulers from all the 4 paramountcies to ensure they all endorse the decision to inaugurate the districts.
I went there myself. I felt this. We have been discussing, talking, having a lot of discussion. Because, you know, there was a peculiar situation in that area. And it's important that when we are doing these things, I believe in a lot of stakeholder consultation, especially with the chiefs in those areas. You know, and then we have 4 paramountcies in that area. Yeah. So we met. And one of the key people who are championing that agenda is also our eminent statesman, Dr. Obeda Samoa. And we went, and then he was also involved. He was there, and all the chiefs. I remember, if you talk to your colleague, the media, we asked each of the 4 traditional areas to speak, confirm whether they are ready for the inauguration.
And they all
spoke and said they were ready for it. And wait, if you take this book, which is, as you say, that's why I want people to understand. Now, it's not because of what people are trying to do. Report on the assessment of conducted on the existing facilities in the Guan district. We believe in, Mr. President directs us, proper planning, consultation. And in this, you can even see, apart from the cost of everything, you can see some buildings that have been offered.
Well, still on local governance, 39 out of 43 metropolitan district chief executives confirmed, municipal and district chief executives in the Ashanti region have been sworn into office. Now, 4 municipal and district assemblies are yet to confirm their chief executives in that regard. So that's what's happening with this particular situation with the confirmation and rejection of the MMDC nominees. But before we get into the details of this particular story, let's engage the co-chairman of the Joint Steering Committee of Akpafu and Lubi traditional areas, Dr. Joe Adai, who says that the chiefs of these 2 traditional areas were not actually invited to the inauguration of the Guan district earlier today. Dr. Adai, good evening to you. Let's first confirm this. You did not attend because you were not invited, or there was actually an outstanding issue that was not addressed?
I think the line is relatively bad.
I'm asking if you did not attend this inauguration, that's at Pafu and Lolobi, traditional leaders did not attend this inauguration because you were not invited, or there was an outstanding issue?
We were not invited because if somebody is coming to do a party in your house and you were not invited and he does a party outside your gates, I mean, it's not acceptable. Because I will recall that we even prompted Parliament because Honorable Dambuche at a point in time said that he was engaging the chiefs and people of the 4 traditional areas who were supposed to be part of this Guan district. And we came up emphatically to say that none of our chiefs had been engaged. And I think that went all over the head. And we challenged him, and we even petitioned the Speaker of Parliament to go into this. So we were never invited. And what happened was that, you know, the OT regional OT Council of State member apparently happens to come from Akpafu. So it was yesterday at 3:35 p.m. that he was also very worried. So he called the regional coordination or the minister and asked him why Akpafu and Ruby people were not invited. So at 3:45, he sent a WhatsApp message saying that they have been invited, and the message came around 3:35 p.m. And I believe that the inauguration had been planned ahead. Why do you invite a paramount chief 3:35 p.m. to come to an occasion the next less than 12 hours? It is exactly what Jim Mendan also did on the eve of the election, and then came to announce that we should not be able to vote. So you could see that there is something wrong somewhere. You understand? Because we were not invited. That is why our people too could not participate. And above all, it is becoming evidently clear that the district was created for Sandro, Kofi, and Likpe. But for them to show that they are doing something, then they added you looking at us. You understand?
Well, but Dambuche said that he had done some extensive consultation. You just had that engagement that I had with him. I interviewed him. That's what he said.
It is false. He should tell us who and which chiefs he engaged with, because our paramount chief is Nana Akutuma Sachete. And he has never engaged him in any discussion whatsoever. You understand?
Well, thank you. Right on. Thank you very much. Well, that's Dr. Joe Adai, who is the chairman of the Joint Steering Committee of Akpafu and Lolobi traditional areas.
Still on local governance, 39 out of 43 confirmed metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives in the Ashanti region have been sworn into office. 4 municipal and district assemblies are yet to confirm their chief executives.
The Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah urged the MMDCs to be transparent in the discharge of their duties. He also tasked them to work closely with all stakeholders to bring development to their respective areas.
The position of a chief executive requires that you be a team player and be tolerant to all views. You are expected to work closely with your coordinating directors and the technocrats within your administration. Cooperate with your honorable members of parliament, honorable presiding members, assembly members, heads of decentralized departments, and indeed all the relevant stakeholders at the local level to engender the march to the development in your areas of jurisdiction.
The Dean of the MMDCs in the Ashanti region and MC for Asante Akim South, Alexander Frimpong, pledged to serve the people diligently.
We make a solemn pledge of commitment that we will commit to serve our people diligently. We will not engage in any corruptible practices.
President Akufo-Addo is giving the strongest indication yet that government will ensure the completion of the district and regional hospitals by end of year 2022. In an apparent dig at his opponents and persons he described as critics of his government's policies, President Akufo-Addo assured work has begun on the projects across the country. He was speaking to a gathering of chiefs and opinion leaders as he wrapped up his tour of the Eastern region.
Then they say agenda 111 district hospitals as well. That I said, "Bibi me yabano, ni pebi no as is a baby na when I watch this. Tell the other person me boa, me dia so me yeah. That's it. Me so yeah to kebu. The district hospital there about me one. When I shall say, wow, boss say I shall say contractor number or level ground and China construction is also busy. I'm hoping that by the end of next year, 2022, not district hospitals and 111 different areas of
Let's now go to Parliament, where the Advocate for Christ Ghana has presented a memorandum to the House on the promotion of the proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021. The group, which supported its MOU with facts noted, the largest study has revealed that claims by the LGBTQI+ community that their sexual orientations are genetic is unfounded.
The promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill was laid before Parliament on Monday, August 2, and read for the first time. The bill forbade lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex and other related activities and propaganda or advocacy and promotion for same. Chairman of Advocates for Christ Ghana, Edem Senanu, questioned arguments by the LGBTQ+ community that their sexual orientations are genetic.
The main reason for focusing on the science is that science is categorically clear that there is no reason to embrace this. There's no gauging, so it cannot be described as a right, a fundamental human right. If you're not born like that, it's a choice. So nobody can argue with that. If they are not special or unique because there's no such gene, then it's a choice they are making. And if it's a choice, those who want to smoke weed can also say we have that choice. Those who want to smoke cocaine can say the same thing. And we don't want to go down that slippery slope.
He said the bill's drive should be aimed at protecting the health of the Ghanaian populace.
These guys are making a choice. And we need to help them to understand that this choice has medical implications. The implications were clear. They are 30 times more likely to get HIV/AIDS, according to global standards. Syphilis, chlamydia, human papilloma virus, anal cancers, mouth and throat cancers, and overall, the data shows that their life expectancy goes down.
President of the Coalition of Muslim Organizations Ghana, Abdul Rahman, also called on Parliament to telecast on national TV the debate on the LGBTQI+ bill.
We are not threatening anybody. What we are saying is that individuals who are representing us in the House of Parliament are going to take the floor and address to the issue. Parliament should do us a favor by telecasting the discussion live. For Ghanaians to follow their representatives' comments they are going to make. We are taking notice of how individuals are carrying themselves because they are few, yet very powerful.
Top clergy members and Islamic clerics have also presented various memoranda to the Constitution of Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee of Parliament in support of the bill.
Also, Ghana's surge to immunize as many people as possible against COVID-19 has received a major boost following the arrival of more than 1.3 million Pfizer vaccines. The delivery of the vaccines donated by the United States government brings the overall contribution of vaccines to Ghana's COVID-19 fight to over 2.5 million doses now. The latest vaccine arrivals brings the country's total vaccines received at about 5.5 million in its bid to vaccinate up to 20 million of the country's population by the end of the year.
In more news tonight, Malcolm Care Foundation has presented some sanitary items, bed sheets and pillows to 2 health facilities in the Volta region. And this intervention was in response to an appeal made by the 2 health centers.
The beneficiary health facilities are the Keta Government Hospital and the Angloga Clinic. The Group Director of Communications, Godwin Avenogbo, reiterated his outfit's commitment towards healthcare delivery.
Where there is need for health, we come in as Malcolm. Where there is need to support in education, we come in as well. Toby Gubatenge wrote to Malcolm Management asking for help and attached some pictures which show the deplorable state of bedding facilities in these two health institutions. It touched our hearts, and management decided, let us support. And they told me, whatever the request is, implement it to the full.
President of Project Volta, Togbi Gubatenge Sedo, was grateful for the gesture.
I can say that it's a neglected region. Almost every political party that comes, they don't take that key interest in the region. Although we are the kingmakers. So we have taken upon ourselves to do that. At long last, our struggle for these things have come, and Keta Hospital will shine. Because if you go inside, you see terrible things. There is bed bags.
The group earlier paid a courtesy call on Awomefia Togbisri III at his palace.
You're watching News 360 live from the News Hub. Coming up is business news with Della Michelle. Don't go away.
Zuzum, right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat 2. I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop.
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Mommy.
Mama Chelsea.
Fair.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Chocolate Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Reserve the Florida Park homes with just $5,000 today, and you would be on your way to owning a prime executive investment home and earn over 8% rental income per annum located at North Legon. We have 2 to 4 bedrooms, all en suite. Premium plots available, rooftop lounge, gated community, backup water and electricity, shopping center, gym and fitness center, swimming pool, asphalted inner roads, and much more. A whopping 10% discount awaits you when you reserve between now and 30th October 2021. Call to reserve the Florida Park homes at North Legon today on 0249 399932 or visit our website on www.thefloridaparkgh.com.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all, because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful. Cleansoft, my favorite. Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Let's be it now. Yes.
72, I still receive salary alerts because I made the best decision to invest a lump sum into the retirement salary.
Invest a lump sum today in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life, funeral cover, and the option of signing on with a spouse. Please call Old Mutual today, 050-453-4333.
Me feel ahotonkwa.
Old Mutual, 176 years of doing great things.
Please, I've not killed anyone. I just do galamsey.
Your Honor, since the accused has been in the dock for a while, please permit me to serve him some water to drink.
You promised to give me water. This water is coming from the gutter. It will make me sick.
Your Honor, that is it. Due to the galamsey activities of the accused and his cohorts, they have polluted all our water bodies. See, this water is coming from our taps. They have destroyed all our forests, and above all, the activities are killing people.
Mr. Eja, you have been found guilty of indulging in galamsey. And since you don't want to mention the names of your bosses, you have been sentenced to 25 years in prison. This is my judgment.
Please, Your Honor, please.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights,
Universal Merchant Bank,
Lufat.
Hello, good evening. Let's do some business news now. My name is Della Michelle, and as we all know, this week has been marked the Customer Service Week. So we're asking, is the customer always right? Now, this is the question that is often asked when it comes to business of customer relations. In a wrap-up of the Customer Service Week, we hit the streets to find out if really the customer is always right.
Yeah, the customer is always right, based on the fact that the customer knows what is he or she is looking for. Okay, so if there is any mistake, I think you need to listen to the customer so that you can correct it. That is what makes the customer right.
Some people might come, they want to buy something, but because they always think the customer is right, they try to be rude and they try to downplay the owner of the businesses. So it's not always the customer being right. It's more like respect between the customer and the person selling it to.
The customer is always right is an instructive saying that directs those dealing with the public to make customer satisfaction one of their highest priorities. This cliche can be a bit difficult, especially when a customer has an issue with a business and truly believes they are in the right.
Omuba onya abotre ono nkasa korampo obetu se onu obi ton ade o tom ade ma obi a.
Some customers are just impatient when they are being served. Others are also manageable.
If
he or she is angry or not, it depends on you, the driver, how to talk to the person. So for me, my customers are cool to me.
They may be making demands that are impossible for you to meet. So, what's the best way to handle these situations?
The customer experience is how you deal with your customers from inception, when they think about your brand, so when they decide to either leave or become a fanatic of your brand and calling people. That whole journey is the experience.
For the experts, bottom line is that customer service is conveying a policy in a fair and measured way. Do your best to serve the customer, but the argument will still remain. Is the customer always right?
And the argument still remains, is the customer always right? Away from that, the Universal Merchant Bank, UMB, says it focuses or is focusing to consistently exceed customers' expectation and enrich the lives of businesses of its customers. The Executive Director for Business, Ni Amankra Tete, assured customers of excellence and exceptional service.
The Customer Service Week is an international event celebrated annually during the first week in October to recognize the importance of customer service excellence to the organizations. Universal Merchant Bank has put in place mechanisms to receive feedback on customer service and review its feedback platforms.
We want to, in fact, hear from you about them
and do something about them. And we want our customers to hold us accountable for that. And so what we've tried to do over the last few months is actually broadened our base in terms of the channels for feedback, made some of these channels very easy to use.
Ni Amankratete added the company values the partnership with its customers and looks forward to forge an even stronger bond with them.
We believe that it is possible to transact in a manner that totally makes you enjoy the experience. So when customers are coming to UMB, we hope you look forward to experiencing us very differently from how other banks serve. I want to help make your experience with us better every time you come to us.
Universal Merchant Bank attained an overall service quality score with 5 stars in the recent Customer Satisfaction Index report by the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana.
And let's bring you our top stories for tonight, as Postal and courier services still play an important role in the lives of Ghanaians despite the advent of technology. As the world marks Post Day, the Postal and Courier Service Regulatory Commission is advising the general public to engage the services of registered operators for easier tracking. My colleague George Queenan reports.
Although the advent of technology has attracted people to the digital space, postal services still hold an important position in society. Documents with signatures appended are mostly demanded to be sent in its natural format than emailed. The news team visited the Cantonment Post Office in Accra to ascertain the crucial role of the post office. Hundreds of letters are sorted on a daily basis. From personal letters and important documents to e-commerce and online shopping packages, postal services deal with everything. The World Post Day is set aside by the Universal Postal Union, a specialized arm of the United Nations, to highlight the contribution of postal services to socio-economic development worldwide. The regulator of the sector in Ghana, the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission, has warned against operating without securing permits from the Commission.
We are here to make sure the citizen gets value for money and is safe, because moving items from one point to the other, postal service has gone beyond just letters. All sort of items, even medications come in, prescriptions, test results, notifications of payments and all that go through these services. So once we all help to weed out the illegal ones, we can sanitize the environment and we can all enjoy the convenience we subscribe to.
The theme for this year is Innovate to Recover, which the Commission is ambitious to maximize the economic benefits.
The service providers that we license, most of them initially were just providing their phone numbers. I mean, the best they could also do is give you a WhatsApp number. But now most of them are using web-based tracking devices. They are using apps. They are affiliated to a lot of e-commerce platforms.
If you're an entrepreneur or a startup and have plans to venture into the courier or delivery space, then you need to regularize your operations, and the regulator is the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission. Josh Quinn in TV3 News, Accra.
And that's all the business news we have for you tonight. There's more business news available on 3news.com. My name is Della Michelle. Sports News is next with the Esquire, Aniela Alote. Stay with us.
Who will you become? When you can go anywhere and never be alone, how far will you go? When your voice can reach every ear in the world, who will you inspire? When your money can travel faster and further, who will it reach? When you can tell a story in every language, which one will you tell? When you don't need permission to turn your dreams into reality, you go for it. Whatever it is, wherever it is, go. And when you think you've reached your limit, we'll keep you going. Let's go. You
UMB Speed Up presents 10 steps to stay safe. If you can, stay home. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Keep alcohol-based hand sanitizer close for frequent use. If you must go out, maintain a safe distance of at least 1 meter from the next person. Cough or sneeze with your mouth and nose covered with tissue, or bend your elbow while doing so. Avoid handshakes or hugs. Keep a mental note of people you have come into contact with or places you've been to. Avoid touching your face with unwashed hands. Drink a lot of fluids and boost your immune system with fruits and vegetables. Bank whenever, wherever with UMB Speed Up. UMB Speed Up. Digibank. Let's go.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
Indeed, woman malaria and want to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cup.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a 2 malaria sentence.
FDA, I saw a dead in Cratway. I just say a ye. Should you rumor to me?
I told Master, a baby, you are now. She's so madahati. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Interfere, Entatia, make a cheha. No way! Yamikuno, and Tonton Bako crown panel, and also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito crab. And how dare we a sham? Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
Fourth segment is brought to you by
Kel Kids Toothpaste,
Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG.
It's time for sports on News 360. I am Aniela Alote. We begin with a match taking place at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium tomorrow at 4 p.m. It is Ghana up against Zimbabwe, and my colleague Thierry Nyan reports from Cape Coast with the latest concerning the game.
So the final training session Milovan Rajovac is having with the Black Star players, he's now having 2 sets of teams playing against each other. And if what we've seen so far is anything to go by, we might just see the return of Thomas Partey and Mohamed Kudus to the Black Star setup as we play against Zimbabwe in the World Cup qualifying. Also, there could be a chance for Fatau Isahaku and also Lawrence Ati-Zigi. Now, Milovan Rajovac has said before this particular game in a pre-match presser that he is not scared to pick the youngsters over the more experienced players, if that is what it takes for Ghana to beat Zimbabwe.
It's missing players, but also you need experienced players, you know, who are matured enough. So the mixture of young and experienced players is usually the best recipe for the success.
So the Black Stars are looking to do better than what they did in the first 2 games against Ethiopia and South Africa, picking just 3 points out of a possible 6. And what this means is that in the pecking order, the Black Stars are behind Ethiopia and South Africa, and they will have to do better against Zimbabwe in a double-header. And well, for Knowledge Musona, the captain of the Zimbabweans, he has said that they think that it's the best time to play against Ghana. The results and the performance have not exactly been too good, and hopefully they're able to pick up the 3 points on Saturday.
I think this is the best moment, and we are just going to focus on our football and what we want to do to get the best result. No matter how they play, at the end of the day, it's all about us, not about Ghana. It's about how we are going to approach the game.
From what we've seen so far, this is exactly what it could look like, against Zimbabwe. We could have Ati-Zigi in post. We could have, Barbara Man in at left back. Alexander Jiku and Jonathan Mensah could be shaping in at centre back. And a surprise for Daniel Mate at right back. Thomas Partey and Mohamed Kudus could be the men in the midfield. Also, Fatau Isahaku and Sulemana could be the men on the wings, and then we could have Jordan Ayew and his brother Andre Ayew leading the attack.
The 2022 World Cup African qualifiers continue, with Cameroon having defeated Mozambique to take the second spot in Group D. Meanwhile, Ivory Coast are top of the group, having served Malawi a 3-0 result. The Group A fixtures are currently underway, with top spot holders Algeria facing Niger and bottom place Djibouti taking on Burkina Faso. Elsewhere, Saturday will be crucial in shaping up Group G, as South Africa, who are only a point ahead of Ghana, take on Ethiopia, who are tied with 3 points with Ghana. Arguably the world's most prestigious individual award in football, the Ballon d'Or is back with a 30-man shortlist drawn up for 2021. The only African players who made the shortlist are Algeria's Riyad Mahrez and Egypt's Mohamed Salah. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Robert Lewandowski are the front-runners to pick up the award. Other star performers to get the nod include Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, Karim Benzema, and Romelu Lukaku. The likes of Euro 2020 winner Jorginho and his Chelsea teammate N'Golo Kante also have their sights set on winning. We proceed to the English Premier League, and Mikel Arteta has been named Premier League Manager of the month for September. That will be all for sports this evening. I am Aniela Alote. Up next is international news.
This be Madame Rosa. I did for you. She be diva of all hairstylists. She knows say I day here.
Hello.
Hey, no problem. This one, it be cool chop crack. After all, I be Royal Cane Cracker, made with real milk butter and the goodness of wheat to keep you going. To all you busy bees, I did for you.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle with a lemon green tap. Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water, one for life. For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
So that mom can be able to open the door.
This is it.
Please open the door.
Here's my little brother doing something special. He's setting the camera up with another bright idea. Let's just open the door. This is it. Yay! Mom, I got this.
Now you can be part of the extraordinary world of endless possibilities on Vodafone. With the best value and amazing data offers and services available in Ghana, your dreams are achievable. Get more for less with Vodafone data. Vodafone. Together we can.
Welcome back to News 360 now. The Railways Development Ministry has opened a transparent bidding for contractors vying for the implementation of the Ghana-Burkina Faso Railway Interconnectivity Project. Sector Minister John Peter Mill maintains the open bidding exercise is to inspire confidence and also trust in the process of procurement.
In an era when the public service landscape is plagued with procurement scandals, the Ministry of Railways Development has adopted an open approach to bidding and awarding of contracts for many railway projects lined up within the Railway Master Plan of Ghana. According to Sector Minister John Peter Amewu, the goal is to engage a company which can deliver value for both countries.
It started with about 26 bidders, and today it's been pruned down to 3, from which we are getting 2 as the final concessionaires that have shown interest. I think it is clear that the transparent nature in which the process began and treats the expert committee and our advisors and the consultant to continue on that process. That trajectory of transparency is key, and that is the only way the bidders will have some confidence in what the 2 countries are doing.
Minister for Transport, Urban Mobility and Road Safety of Burkina Faso, Vincent Timbindi Dabilgu, intimated the evaluation of the proposals will be completed in 4 to 6 weeks' time in order for timely contract award and commencement of the project.
It is my hope that through this transparent process, the best contractor who can give us the most value will emerge. Best of luck to both contractors.
Frontline Consortium and African Global Development have been settled on. However, after a further vetting, a single company will be chosen to take on the project based solely on the strengths of their technical and financial proposals. The Ghana-Burkina Faso Railway Interconnectivity Project is a 1,100-kilometer standard gauge rail starting at the Tema Port to the eastern corridor town of Impakada through Yendi to Paga Dakola within Ghana, while the Burkina Faso leg of the proposed line starts from Ouagadougou through Bagri to the Dakola-Paga border and, when completed, will facilitate trade and economic development between the 2 countries.
We now bring you some international news.
Zambia's new government has revealed that the country owes Chinese lenders more than $6 billion. For the first time since 1998, Zambia plunged into a recession last year. The country also defaulted on a debt repayment. A recent study by the US-based China-Africa Research Initiative suggested that the amount owed to China was nearly double what had been revealed by the Lungu government. That has now been confirmed by the Zambian authorities themselves. Overall, the country owes a total of $14.5 billion, according to a news agency. South Sudan's health ministry has begun the rollout of the single-dose COVID-19 vaccine manufactured by Johnson & Johnson. Less than 1% of the population have been vaccinated against coronavirus so far. The fact that patients don't need to make a return visit for a second jab, as with the other vaccines, makes it easier to ensure that people are protected. Dr. Victoria Anib Majur from the Health Ministry urged women to get the vaccine, which is said was safe and effective. Sierra Leone has formally abolished the death penalty after President Julius Maada Bio signed into law a new measure outlawing capital punishment that was agreed by MPs in July. Rights group Amnesty International said that last year 39 death sentences were handed down, but no one has been executed in Sierra Leone since 1998. Death sentences have often been commuted, but by the end of last year, 94 people were still on death row, Amnesty said. Sierra Leone has now become the 23rd African country to have abolished the death penalty.
There's more international news on 3news.com. Let's get into entertainment now.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Puma Drinks.
In entertainment tonight, the United Queens of Ghana's Most Beautiful has also officially launched a campaign aimed at promoting mental health care in Ghana and across Africa. The group also hopes to reduce stigmatization associated with mental health.
To be the change makers, are you ready to be part of this?
The launch and dinner was attended by Queen Mothers and past queens and contestants of Ghana's Most Beautiful. To many, it was an exciting time to finally connect with their colleagues. President of the Ghana Psychological Association, Dr. Collins Ajiman, lauded the group for demonstrating commitment to Ghanaians through advocacy.
Mental health is one of the areas we need to give a lot of attention to. And our argument is that, yes, we commend Ghana's Most Beautiful Queens for taking this bold initiative to prioritize mental health. And I feel it's one of a laudable idea that we need to commend them for. Instead of just managing the challenges as and when they deteriorate, we want to prioritize rather optimizing the well-beings of people. If we are able to actually do so, we'll be able to protect Ghana and we will have that healthy mind to become productive in supporting the Ghanaian economy at large.
Aside carrying out advocacy and mentorship program, United Queens of Ghana's Most Beautiful will also offer educational scholarships for children with special needs and empower other women. Afariwa is the president of the group.
Because as a unified group, we believe in education, we believe in women empowerment and other important topics. But we have begun with the subject of mental health. Mental health can affect anybody, and so we don't have to take it for granted. It is a subject that we need to talk about each and every day.
Other past queens were excited about the impact of the group.
What we call women supporting women. And in this case, you know, when we all come together, we are able to identify what everyone is doing and be able to patronize what they do. And in so doing, we end up helping each other and helping each other grow as well.
The United Queens of Ghana's Most Beautiful will also host a cooking competition among the 16 regions.
We officially declare the United Queens of Ghana's Most Beautiful duly launched in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
Well, congrats to them, such a worthy cause. Let's now go to the Central Region, and it's the final showdown of the Connect FM rap battle after 10 weeks of back-to-back thrilling performances from seasoned rappers, rather in the Western Region. And 6 remaining rappers are fired up for the grand finale on Saturday, October 9. Who takes over from Kwame Hyper? Is it going to be Pages, Messags, Prince AK, Coco GH, Crown Booker, or Your Majesty?
Voting for Coco GH. Coco GH. I mean, can you? Anyway, there should be a reason behind the names.
And Your Majesty?
Well, Coco GH sounds more sensational. But anyway, thank you so much for staying with us here on News 660 and all through the week. On behalf of the rest of the team, appreciate your company. My name is Alfred Okansi.
And I am Portia Gabo. Have a lovely weekend.
Mama's fruit salad from fresh juicy fruits and with a good dose of vitamin C. Squeeze the mix to extract the gold. In many fruits is normal citro and jumbo seed. Colorful, tasty as Mama's fruit salad, concentrated to provide your daily needs.
A daily dose of citro C encourages healthy skin, helps boost your immune system, and helps fight colds. Citro C contains